You're watching Everyday Struggle with Wayno, Akademiks, and me, Nadeska. It is our second to last episode. Well, not the second to last one airing, but the second to last one we're filming together. Because next week is done. It's in the can. We're showing you guys all the highlights from the last 3.5 or 3.8 years of Everyday Struggle. Do you guys feel sad yet?
We're in the end game now. For real. We're here with it. It's cool. Yeah, of course. I do feel sad. You know, this has been a huge part of just like my morning routine, kind of getting up started, and you know, I enjoy like kicking it with y'all before and on camera.
All right, let's talk about that. What is your routine gonna be after Everyday Struggle? Because honestly, that's what I'm the most worried about. I'm a concerned fan and friend here. What's your life gonna be like?
Wake up and drink honey mustard and shit. You know.
What are y'all? Hold on, you know, just because you know, it's we're almost done. So you know, I'm gonna entertain all the fuckery and all the
you always entertain the
false narratives.
No,
I'm gonna entertain the false narratives. What do y'all think it's gonna be like? Y'all get to set it now. I don't even dispute it. Go ahead, just say it. What you think, Wayno?
Just say it. No. Well, I know for damn sure you would not be getting up as early as you do. That's gonna be one.
What? No. Listen, early bird catches the first.
Yeah, you're not catching any worms. Chill. You're gonna be waking up at earliest 12:30 p.m.
I have a pet peeve. I don't care what you do, even if you work for yourself. I have a pet peeve with people who wake up after 11 a.m. Most business deals start happening. Like if you're doing business, you close most deals or you start discussing deals around 9, 10 o'clock. So,
ladies and gentlemen, Akademiks barely wakes up on time for this show. Yesterday we couldn't find him for an hour.
We're filming at 9 now, but we used to get to New York at like 7 a.m. Like what the fuck?
We did. But no, I'm when I say getting up early, I think that you'll probably get up around like 10-ish. Like I don't see you getting up at 8:30 anymore.
We'll see.
About 10-ish.
We'll see.
I mean, I'm worried. Just answer our phone calls. That's all. Keep the phone on. Charge your phone. Just pick up when we call. We want to make sure you're good.
Yeah, I mean, for me,
Nadeska, I'm always gonna pick up your calls. Like I'm really thinking you're gonna get Hollywood on us. Like I could see Nadeska in 5 years. They'd be like, "Yo, so talk about your come up to having your one-on-one show that's equatable to like 60 minutes." You know what she's gonna say? "Oh yeah." Yeah, I never did no show called Everyday Show. Like, who are those guys you got?
Doesn't ring a bell.
Yo, who are these bum ass niggas you have sitting right next to me? I can see Nadeska denying us when she's reached whatever her plateau is.
Nah, you're right. You're probably right. But in the meantime, when I start the finance channel, I'm gonna have you on because it's time that the internet could pocket watch the number one pocket watcher, Akademiks. But
Absolutely.
It's getting close to the end of the year. It's that time when the industry starts to get super slow, which is actually great for us since it's our last couple episodes doing this show in real time. Let's take all of the fan questions. We appreciate you guys submitting this. Let's start here. What up, Everyday Struggle fam? How are y'all doing? My question is, what do y'all consider the most timeless album? Basically, what album can you go back and listen to with no problem? And this is from the Evasive One. I think picking one album in this is always really tough. So why don't you guys share, a few of your timeless picks?
I could start out with shit. I could try to pull a rabbit. Well, I could start out. Nah, I could start out with shit. I say for me, Life After Death by Biggie. My Life by Mary J. Blige.
Reasonable Doubt, always.
Reasonable Doubt, of course. Infamous by Mobb Deep. Carter 3, Carter 2. Dedication 1, 2. What's Take Care? I could think of that. What else? Shit, Jeezy's first album, Thug Motivation 101. You know, it's a lot of albums. Shit, Keyshia Cole's first album since they about to do a Verzuz. Ashanti's first album. Like there's a lot of timeless music that's out there for real. I mean, when I think of timeless, I just think of some shit that's always gonna rock. It's a lot of shit. We could go on for days with that.
I think Usher got two of those.
8701. 8701 and
that joint
and Confessions.
And of course Confessions. Mm-hmm. I think those just timeless. Also My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, timeless albums. You know,
Late Registration.
Wayno's list.
Honestly,
I'm not saying Wayno threw a lot in his list. Like I would put some of what Wayno has in his list on my all-time timeless list. Like I love Carter 3, but I don't think it's all-time timeless now. You know what I mean? Like
I feel like that brings any time act. Carter 3.
No, I can't listen to fucking Lollipop at any time.
Oh
Nigga, the hell?
man, what?
No, it just
Listen.
it brings me back to 2008. You know what I mean? Like it just like I think that album. I think a lot of Wayne's work is like time trapped, where like you remember that time, and maybe that you could still have a timeless album with that being the case. But like truth be told, yeah, dedication, yeah. Again, not saying it isn't timeless. I'm just saying when I'm talking about timeless, like life after death, timeless.
Yeah, at any time.
Reasonable doubt, timeless. You, but when it comes to Carter 3, I don't know.
All right, so what
but
if
also,
right.
but also, I've also been known to not at one point certify Carter 3 as a classic, and the whole internet killed me. So just take my.
You also said Dirty Sprite 2. You also said Dirty Sprite 2 wasn't classic. Then you had to recant that. But I would put Dirty.
Yeah, I was wrong.
I would put Dirty Sprite 2 in there as well as a timeless album. Already, yes, I would put that there in only 5 years. I feel like I'll always listen to that album, no matter what.
Yeah, that's classic Future. That's classic. I can't go against that.
All right, so what if you guys had to pick? This isn't a Nadeska fan question. An artist who has the most timeless discography. I'm sure Ak is gonna throw Drake in there, which makes sense. For me, it would be Kanye. Like up until Dark Twisted Fantasy, I could play back all of those albums, top to bottom, no skips, except maybe some of the skits. I don't need to listen to those all the time.
Shit. I would go with damn. I'd probably go with, just thinking off the head, I would go with Jeezy up until like after Recession. I think like by the time he got to 102, Thug Motivation 102. I'll go up to like Recession, where I could just play every single album start to finish.
I'll actually if we're just considering artists, right? I'll actually shock y'all because I won't actually pick Drake for my top.
Is
2.
it gonna be Jay-Z?
Jay's number 2. Number 1 is Pac for me. Like I still I relate to a lot of the messages in his songs a lot, you know. And as you go through life, I feel like I understand more too. So he's number 1 for me.
That's a really good pick.
Even though you know he did put out a lot of music and not all the songs are fucking timeless. Don't get it twisted. I gotta make that. But I think his discography and in terms of music lasting, I gotta put Pac.
I would go out. See, if I put Big, the only tough thing about putting Big there, he only has 2 albums. But even with Pac, wait, hold up, Akademiks, because I can't agree with you on Pac only because, and even though I know it's your pick, as well as Pac had like tons of great music, he has tons of not great music as well.
That's why I said I'm not talking about his whole discography. Right. I'm talking about the shit we remember. The shit we remember, like he did a good job of having a good portion of his catalog to be remembered. The other shit we don't remember, we just act like it didn't happen, didn't exist.
You know what?
It's like a tree falling in the park.
I would want to put Nas in there, but Nas is almost the same as Pac. What Pac had, like Nas got a lot of great raps and not a lot of great beats. I would wait,
you guys can't make this many exceptions. So I think so Kanye, Jay, you said Jeezy, Wayno? Up to a certain album.
Yeah, but that's up to a certain album though.
Well, I mean, I guess I don't know. All right, let's think some more about this.
Wayno got too many honorable mentions on this.
I got mad honorable mentions.
Always. All right, let's see. What's our next fan question? This one is from Tehilaville. Hey, hope y'all are well. We hope you are doing well as well. Do y'all think we'll ever have rap supergroups again with the impact of Wu-Tang, Odd Future, ASAP Mob, and many others which I can't recall by name right now? These days, it seems like we only have solo acts or duos. I think worth pointing out that some of these are more, supergroups. You could also call them collectives if you wish. Do we have any modern day collectives that are still doing their thing?
No. Everybody breaks up after a while.
There was Black Hippie, but then there wasn't Black Hippie.
That shit never really became it was like a thing for like a few moments. Like they had like maybe 1 or 2 moments. Well, I can't.
What about them Griselda dudes?
I mean, I wouldn't call 3 people a collective. I mean,
it's not a duo.
They're not a group though. But it also not like an official group.
Yeah, they're not an official group.
And you just can't call them a label. You gotta call them a collective, man. They gotta fit somewhere on
I would. But you know, somebody just pointed out to me too the other day. I was having a conversation. It was like Brockhampton, like that shit felt like never heard. You didn't hear nothing again about Brockhampton. Like they seemed like they was gonna be the next one, and then they kind of like just like went away.
Did they though? I just feel like they weren't necessarily in our orbit or the orbit of everyday struggle, but they did have mad projects and they did do well with their audience.
Yo, I had a whole investigation on them to see if they were industry plans. I never heard nothing about them, but they were doing great numbers. I'm like, this don't make no sense. But again, they definitely weren't in our orbit. But the investigation is it's not no cold case. The case ain't closed. I think they're still doing good. I've just never heard a song. Like I've never heard about a group that's like kind of lit. I've never heard a song.
Bleach is pretty dope. They have some good joints.
Wait. What about? Oh, but they just broke up. Ooh. What was I gonna say? That West Coast group, I feel always so like, just out of, touch with my West Coast brothers with OGZ, Shoreline Mafia.
Shoreline Mafia, yeah. And then what is the name? SOBRBE.
SOBRB.
They fell apart too, But they didn't even get a chance to be called super. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't get a chance to be called the super group. Like, I don't think they can do another Odd Future type, ASAP type, like, thing, you know what I mean? I don't know if that could happen again. I don't know. I mean, it can, but I just don't see it no time soon.
I actually do believe that we're gonna get some type of collective. I think more of a collective than a group that's like all rapping together, like the Migos. At least we got known for them rapping together. I think a collective is gonna happen because it's like when you think about the mob, like ASAP Mob, or you think about, Odd Future, I think it was really driven on the movement. And I think you're going to see some new young kids who, come together and could probably represent a movement that the newer generation fucks with, and they'll lead it, and that'll be their collective. So I think it'll happen. I don't think we're just only in the age of solo rappers. But predicting when that's going to happen, I don't know.
Niggas is too selfish, Jack. Because think about this, right? The niggas is way too selfish. Because look, Cardi and Uzi could have been a super duper fucking group, and they didn't even get it. Like, that's never gonna happen.
Yeah, but it's not even fair to say though, because like both of them, they had their own careers at the time they started to collapse. It's not like
5 years.
What I'm talking about.
5 years.
Yeah, but no, what I'm saying is that when they started to collaborate, like they were lit. Or like they had their own little individual fan bases. Why you gonna like do a fusion dance with another motherfucker when he got his fan base, you got yours? To keep it real, I think
Drake and Future did it.
But not exactly the same lane as Cardi and
they
Uzi.
wasn't in the same lane.
Future, like Future and Drake, you know what I mean? You got the soft emo niggas and niggas in touch with their feelings, you know what I mean? The kings, like myself. And you have Future, who got the street niggas, you know what I mean? The niggas who, you know what I mean, sipping on lean and, you know what I mean, trapping out the bando. I think there was different demographics. I think Uzi and Cardi were always destined to, like, if not for them, their fan bases were gonna, like, compete. So why bring that together? It makes no sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like saying Kanye and Kanye, Travis, and Kid Cudi should have made a group. Like,
say that to the internet.
Close, no?
Right.
They were just missing Travis, right?
Yeah, Kid Cudi and Kanye made an album together, which I still feel is trash. I don't care what nobody says. That shit is trash. I don't care what nobody says.
Yeah, but when they did do it, like, it's much later than, when fans would have kind of wanted.
It was too late.
You know what I mean? It's like at this point, you remember when Gary Payton and what's that other nigga name?
Went to the Lakers.
Karl Malone went to the Lakers. Yeah. It was like, yeah, you niggas is like all-stars and legends, but like y'all niggas could barely jump. You know what I mean? Like, yo, y'all just here to be here. It looks good on paper, but goddamn it, like, you know what it is.
Travis and Young Thug were dope together. They just needed to add a couple more people to make a little super group.
Yeah, but even they separated though. Like in terms of like, yo, listen, man, fuck Travis and Thug. What about Rich Homie Quan and Young Thug? That could have been like some legendary shit.
That could have been. That might be the last like 2-man punch that coulda, shoulda, woulda been, but didn't like pan out well.
Yo, but you tell me this is selfishness then. So like the common thread, at least with that, and then we could even talk about Gunna and Lil Baby. Gunna and Lil Baby haven't collabed as frequently as you would think. Granted, they were like on each other's tapes coming up, and pretty much almost every other song. Yeah. It was seen as a 1-2, just like punch collab type thing. And is that a byproduct of one artist kind of elevating above the other, and then, you know what I mean, they kind of go on their own different paths? Because I think that's what happened with Rich Homie Quan.
I feel like Rich
Thug got lit, and Thug was like, remember Rich Homie Quan was he was a little taking like
Yeah.
he ain't like how people are calling him gay, and he said, "Man, I'm gonna try to do my own thing." And Thug said, "Peace out, nigga. I'm gonna call these other dudes bays and booze, and I'm gonna win over here."
No, but
Fuck you.
I think that Rich Homie Quan, like, I just think that he didn't like being in Thug's shadow. I feel like he thought that he was either as good or better than Thug. You know what I mean? I think ego got in the way of that one. The Baby and Gunna one, I think that like it just made sense because they were so hot together. Which of course Baby is elevated to he's past Gunna, but I wouldn't not see them working together again. I would like to hear a Thugger and Gunna project though.
Could the same not be said about Baby and Gunna, where I think Gunna, I don't want to just attribute it to Gunna, but clearly there was a decision made to say, hey, we did the collab tape already. Let's not just operate like a duo, especially since, Baby's rising faster, at least just in on a solo level, faster than Gunna. And Gunna was eventually just going to be in the shadow. So when you separate yourself, you get to stand on your own too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And get your own limelight. But
I think it was a very underrated duo that I would love to hear tape from, Baby and Moneybagg Yo. Every song they have together is good.
Baby and Money.
Every song they have together is really good. Every song.
Yeah, well, here's the thing too with like groups of collectives, like as a collective, like because ain't Playboy Cardi supposed to be like in ASAP or something like that?
I mean, he's supposed to
maybe not like
sign.
ASAP, but like he down with the
he was tight with Rocky early on. That's true.
Yeah.
Roger say he's an affiliate. I don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
Again,
it's like how 2 Chainz was an affiliate of Good Music and everyone thought he was
Right.
signed, but he really wasn't.
Right.
I guess I'm asking to say, do you have to move with these people or just only do music with them? Because like when I think of a collective, they're kind of marching to the beat of the same drum. They're all synchronized, not only doing collabs, they're synchronized in career moves and other things that could, be to the benefit of the entire collective or group. I think these days with a lot of things going on, like say Moneybagg Yo and Baby, I think when they link up it's dope, but I think they're both in, I won't say two different worlds. They got a lot going on that I think Moneybagg Yo would be losing out on if he linked up with Baby. And Baby might be held back if he was linked up with Moneybagg.
Damn, so I mean, what? So no rap supergroups, is that what we're saying? I think that was the summation.
You gotta come in the game. You gotta come in the game as that, yo. Y'all gotta be both broke.
I think
you gotta live in an apartment, 3H or whatever the hell Jim Jones was talking about with him and Kim.
5H.
That's how you do it. You're 5H. You gotta be be broke, ribs touching with your man.
I think for Moneybagg Yo and Moneybagg Yo and what's his name? Fucking my fault. Black Youngster. I think that they do great shit together. And Moneybagg Yo and Yo Gotti. Like, that's another slept-on collab album that was really good.
Well, first of all, they're on the same label, CMG. Second of all, they're all from Memphis. You know what I mean? That's what I was saying. You got one nigga from Memphis, one from Atlanta. We were talking about Memphis and we were talking about Moneybagg Yo and Lil Baby. But, again, I'm going to maintain y'all got to be broke together, start from the bottom and make it. If you want loyalty. Otherwise, let me tell you this. People would be right next to you until you get a little cold and niggas is dipping, man. Look what happened to Rich Homie. Yo, niggas don't even want to give Rich Homie Quan a feature, man.
Hey, man.
Like, yo,
but
they did him wrong.
Yeah, I think that shit is deeper than what is on the surface, though, with that. It's deeper.
Yeah, no, I get that. But what I'm saying is that the game flipped on that. You forget that Rich Homie Quan did the hook for My Nigga. Hey, yo, he did the hook. Niggas just forget him. They just threw him away. Damn,
Rich Homie.
Fucked up how the game is, man.
Nah, but it was
when you hot,
he had a like a snowball effect of bad moves. It was that. It was the Biggie shit. You know what I mean? It was the dancing. It was like a snowball effect where he couldn't like. I felt like he put himself under something that he couldn't get from under. Like,
hey, just like my man Mike Jones said, when you hot, they're on you. When you cold, they don't want you. Anyway, what about Mike Jones and Paul Wall? That was a dope ass duo. I'm naming anybody now. Anyway, Mike Jones and Paul Wall. Come on now, like don't do that.
05, hell yeah, 05. That shit was lit.
Yeah.
Tehillaville, look, thank you for that question. Look what you did. That was like half the episode. Let's see if we have time for a couple more.
I don't even know if we answered it. But
it's like you guys answered, then you debated for like 10 more minutes, and I don't know if the answer changed, but it doesn't really matter. The next one is from Chuck Savage 6. He says, this question is for all three of you. Out of all the top artists in hip-hop, who do you think is the best when it comes to promoting and making music with their team? For example, Kanye and Good Music, J. Cole and Dreamville, Kendrick and TDE. I would go ahead and cross Kanye and Good Music right off that list. to start.
Right.
Hmm.
Shit.
Wait, why?
Why? Because it feels like it doesn't really work out great for some artists.
Man,
It's maybe
let-
one in the
listen,
whole
wait,
lot of five.
Real quick.
The per-
Wait a second. Akademiks, let's be honest, right? Real quick. Nobody has felt good music in years. Like that's I'm talking about the
Wait,
feeling. No. Nobody has felt like good music was a thing in years. Please don't make it seem
Wayno.
like it's anything else.
Like words from a very like a wise man once said, words matter. Okay, and I'm only answering the question.
Who said that?
The person didn't ask.
Hold on. Let me repeat the question
Joe Budden.
just for clarity.
Yeah. Listen.
Act,
All right, yeah, please repeat the question. Please.
when it comes to promoting and making music with their team, I feel yeah, exactly. Like most recently out of this list, it's Dreamville. Revenge of the Dreamers 3. That was clearly a moment. You know, REJID,
Alright.
Cause, Loot, everyone got big looks last year, and it feels like they're about to come back for round 2. Historically speaking, I think over the past 5 years, Kendrick and his team have also done well, right? We know them as collaborating a lot, promoting each other's projects. All right, you're stroking your beard. So now that I've repeated the question, what's your take?
Yeah, it's just because you said promoting, but like I do give him credit for being involved, whether it came out good or not.
Who's him?
You know, like,
Are you talking about Kanye still?
Yeah, like like I think we undervalue still his need or maybe desire to be an executive producer. You know what I mean? Send him your album. He'll change the whole thing up.
When's the last time you listened to Jesus Is King? The first time you listened to it.
No. Hey, listen, man. When I'm in the mood for gospel, of course I put on some. You know what I mean? The Saint Kanye West. Of course. Why not?
Lie, man. The Sunday service.
My brother, you have to listen to the song "Follow God."
What?
Oh, come on, no, like, come on, man. Those heathens, come on, man. I don't know. Come on, man.
Ever since he got on the Yeezy seeding list, he been acting way different. Nadeska, like ever since he got on that Yeezy seeding list, exactly.
I don't know what
now you don't know what you're talking about.
You're on the Kanye payroll,
right?
Hey, okay. I get the choices that were offered here, but I also want to say, I know it's not a big conglomerate, but I do want to say the Baby does a great job of not only promoting himself, but promoting Stunner for Vegas as well. Like, I think he goes pretty hard. Like, I seen him in the back like of a Jake Paul video hyping his mans up. And to keep it real, he don't need to do that, but you could tell, honestly, he has a genuine love for Stunner, but also, like, his promotion skills is always at a maximum level. And that reminds me of how, like, of course, he don't have like a label yet. That's like filled with a whole roster of people. But it reminds me of Ross. Why Ross not on the list?
Okay, wait. I think to clarify, he was giving examples and he was open to you guys making other suggestions. That was. All
right, I pick Ross.
You pick Ross. Ross ain't done that.
I pick Ross.
Like, Ross hasn't done
what?
Ross as
man. Ross promote Meek.
And yet, like
Ross promote Meek Mill and Wale album better than they promoted themselves. That's facts.
Oh, you talking about 8 years ago, dog.
Damn, I guess Chuck Savage. I'm sorry, you should have timestamped this question because these two are about to get crazy with this. Do you want to put a date on this? Do you want to say the past 5 years to make it current?
Ross goes out of his way. Like, Ross does interview on behalf of his artists, talking about his artists. Come on, bro. Come on, man. I'm serious.
You know who I would throw in there right now, even though they're still growing. I throw Baby and 4PF in there. He goes hard for Doug and Rallo Rodriguez.
Yeah.
What, man?
Nah, I'm saying yes. Yes, nigga. I agree.
All right, should we go to another question? Chuck, thank you for that one. This one is from Florida Menace. Do you see hip-hop's current dominance on music lasting for another 10 more years, or do you think another genre will surpass it like hip-hop did with rock?
No, nothing gonna pass hip-hop. What are you talking about?
We're here to stay.
Yeah, of course, man. We've been here to stay.
I would say that there would be another genre, but because hip hop is essentially the one drop rule, which means any type of nigga shit, hip hop. Yeah, hip hop for real. Hip hop is gonna be the cool. Like, it's always gonna be what the cool is and what kind of dictates culture. And music these days, like, with streaming and like social media, with TikToks and people just trying to, like, man. Like, play this. You can't do a dance to like well, I mean, I guess you could, but like, look at that Corvette song that's like popping off on TikTok. You're always gonna get one of those. It's gonna come from hip hop. It's not gonna come from some weird ass
Listen,
other
hip
genre.
hop just makes everything else cooler. So you know what I mean? Like no matter what's going on, hip hop makes it cooler.
Yeah, heavy metal and them shits are not coming back. Listen, the years of like, remember Green Day and shit like that. Not saying that they're not still doing their thing. Maybe they are. I don't know. I haven't looked at them in a while. But what I'm saying is that you're not seeing that popping off no more, man.
So you don't think we'll ever see another Taylor Swift?
No, of course. No, that's country. Country will never be right.
Is she country still pop? It's just pop.
She ended up getting into hip hop a bit too. You know what I mean?
She started in country, but.
Well, everybody usually goes to hip hop to, to pimp it out for a little bit. Right. But like, I think the way how she does it, country / pop is the new pop. So
country
we'll get another one.
Pop is the new pop. Not sure about that. But
hold on. But don't forget. Look at Kenny Chesney. He beat Drake in sales. Come on.
What about R&B? I don't know. Do you guys consider when people say hip hop, are we grouping R&B in with hip hop? Because obviously R&B is just
one drop rule. Throw it in there.
Okay.
Yes. So one drop rule. Throw it in there. So then,
unfuckwittable.
Niggas, throw them in there. Yeah, I'm telling you.
What else we got for y'all here? I'm just gonna read some things. It could be a quick, question. Just be nice to our fans. I keep telling you guys that. How long do you think record labels will be able to stay in business, considering that streaming services might be the future of getting signed?
Like that. Forever and ever.
Right.
And ever. Reason why is for that person, they should look at the news a little bit more careful. Every week you're seeing more and more catalogs being bought up by these huge conglomerates, and it's all about market share. When you control the market share, what the fuck these streaming services got? Except the original content, which some of them got podcasts. That's about it. Right. They don't own none of the music, okay? And independent artists, like, until they start doing that, which the labels would just get rid of them, period. Right. And by the way, the labels own the DSPs. Like, yo, I think UMG owns like 25%. Come on, man. Like, I'm not going to own you and let you come around and beat me. Shit don't work like that.
Yo, man, I mean, I don't even think there's a very, 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 very small percentage of independent artists. People think that all these artists are independent. Most of the artists that you're thinking about are signed. You know what I mean? A lot of people just don't announce it the way they used to. I think that like the label thing.
Chance is independent,
I guess. The label thing stopped being sexy after a while. You know what I mean? Like going up to a label, getting a deal. So that aspect of an artist's career isn't shown as much. But all these artists are signed. All of them. Every single most artists that you think of that have a big record or have a big record that's bubbling right now, they either signed or about to sign a deal. They're signed.
And I'll play this out in a minute or less for the person who even still is questioning it, right? Mm-hmm. The day one of these DSPs signs an artist that's equivalent to the, size or, as lit as a, I don't know, could be even like Lil Baby now, or like just imagine like a Post Malone or something like that. I guarantee UMG, Sony, Warner, they're gonna threaten to pull their catalog. Or the next time when they're re-upping up on these licensing deals because the music is being licensed to Spotify that their users could play, that price is gonna go up so much they're gonna wish they never did that. All right? You ain't gonna be in business with me. And still, you know what I mean? Nah, ain't gonna happen.
All right. Marvel Thuggin, thank you for your question. This next one is from Official Red Jack. Who do you think is the bigger artist and will have the bigger impact on hip hop culture and influence overall when it's all said and done? Eminem or Drake?
Drake. Easy. Drake. Nah, I have to say Drake. I mean, like, biggest influence on hip hop overall, I gotta go with Drake. Only the reason why I go with Drake is because like shit, he's been in for 10 years and it's I still feel like it's things that he can accomplish, and he changed. Like I feel like he changed rap as far as how artists approach rap. Like before, there was a point in time where like if you was rapping, you had to go get somebody to sing. Now you just feature yourself on your whole shit. Like nowadays, if artists don't rap and sing, but if they're good at rapping, you suggesting that they should do a little bit of singing too. And I think that's all responsible for Drake and how that has led into the future and where's to go from here. I think that Drake has a way bigger impact than Eminem.
Why the fuck is we even discussing this? Yeah, I think there's like 10 rappers in front of Eminem. Like, I get what you're saying impact, but I'm also considering influence as well. Uh, Eminem might be a huge superstar, but like I don't think his influence really has transcended, culture to that extent. Like many other artists, shit. I think Travis Scott way more influential than Eminem. He not as big as Eminem though. I feel like Eminem being a great artist, absolutely. He has been, he's had a huge platform. He sold a lot. His records did great. What the fuck has not saying it didn't have impact, but the influence is always lacking, if you ask me.
Yeah, I think so, more artists want to be like Drake than they want to. Up and coming artists want to be like Drake. I haven't seen like how Eminem. Like I haven't seen who's an Eminem clone because most white rappers don't come out sounding like him. People just compare them to Eminem because they white, but they don't usually come out like. I've never heard anybody compare G-Eazy. Well, the only person I could say is like maybe Yellow Wolf. But other than that, like you don't really. It hasn't. Even though Eminem is like one of the biggest artists ever, I have never seen like an influx of a bunch of people that were Eminem clones. More regular people than it's been rappers, I say.
And maybe I'm walking back my comment a little bit with adding this. Maybe his impact on the game in totality, and y'all could chime in to see if this is even a wrong suggestion. Maybe he the one that got all these non-colored motherfuckers up in the game. You know what I mean? Maybe him succeeding, people who are not black were like, yo, we can do this shit too. You know, because right now, like, most of these things ain't black. You know what I mean? Half of these things is Puerto Rican. They claim it.
What are you talking about?
For real, I'm saying maybe that's the impact to kind of broaden.
So Annuel is influenced by Eminem, is what you're saying?
Does Annuel do hip hop? That nigga's singing bachata and reggaeton, nigga. The fuck is you talking? Yo, what I'm trying to say is this, dog. Okay, you comprende, mi amigo. Okay, I'm trying to say is hip hop at a time was a demographic that was straight the hood, the streets. I think Eminem by giving it's like having a white basketball player. Bring more tickets. Now you're doing well. Yo, you're having Yao Ming. The Rockets views. The Rockets TV views was going crazy. I'm saying no. Let me just spell it out. So I'm saying is that maybe it was part of opening up hip hop to the wider demographic outside of just urban black audience. Now we got some white people. I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong. You're definitely wrong.
I don't think I'm wrong, brother. Because listen. If we go back in 2000, or matter of fact, let's go back in 1995, 1996. When we talked about rap and hip hop, just percentage demographic wise, I would say at least 60 to 70% of the consumers of hip hop at that time were black. I would say now, maybe 40% of the consumers of hip hop today are black. I would even say 40. I would probably say less than 30.
So are we talking about consumers or are we talking about like influence, like artists getting into the game? Because you basically said like he's responsible for like saying Puerto Ricans getting bro. Like Fat Joe was in this shit way before Eminem, Big Pun.
Yeah, no.
Even MC Search. I would go back to MC Search, fucking Snow, Vanilla Ice. Is mad.
Yo,
I'm just trying to find. Go ahead, my fault.
Part of opening up the audience space is also, influencing people that look like those people that you're expanding the base to start rapping as well. As I'm saying, there's way more people that are non-colored now, percentage-wise, that are in the game now, that are rapping or doing whatever, and pretty successful than there was when before M was here. I'm not saying he was the first. I'm not saying this thing is Christopher Columbus. He just pulled up and said I got America. You know what I mean? I ain't say that. I never said that. I'm just saying that might be a part of his impact, my brother. Do you understand me?
I guess.
We don't fuck with Christopher Columbus at all. But right. I don't know if I've told you guys this. I appreciate y'all, man. Every time I think it's going to be a real short answer, you find some way to go the extra mile. It is appreciated.
Yeah. What about Neil Armstrong? You fuck with him? He's the one that ran up to the moon. They claim he wasn't the first one, though. They claim he wasn't the first one.
What about Buzz Aldrin? What about Buzz Aldrin? You're not going to talk about Buzz Aldrin? He influenced Buzz Lightyear if it wasn't for him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
nigga, you talking about like a comic book? What the fuck is you talking about, bro? Yo, it might be too late, but Complex got a drug test waiting on me. What this nigga talk about?
Yeah, you stupid.
Oh man! All right, let's see. We're probably
stay off the weed.
Almost out of time. But I got to hear your predictions about Versus. But I'm just going to throw this one out. If someone comes to your mind off the top of your head, just shout it. If not, it's all good. We'll move on to predictions. This one is from Chapman M8. If you had to rate your top 3 artists on features, who would they be? And why do you think that their features perform better than a lot of their music? If it doesn't come to you right now, it's all good.
Gunna is the first one I could think of. But Gunna's music performs very, very well. I just think that Gunna... He's just really nice, man. He always gives somebody like the best song he has in the hard drive sometimes. I feel like that happened with Hot. That happened with Nav and the Young Weezy record. Gunna's one of the people. But his music does perform. I just feel like Gunna doesn't pick the best singles. I love his albums, but he doesn't pick the best singles for himself.
Man, call it what it is, man. And it sounds disrespectful, but that's the only analogy I got right now. I'm working on another one. Listen, man, Gunna, I agree with him. I agree with that pick. He's like a condiment, you know what I mean? Like, yo, he's good on top of the food, but you can't just eat it alone. Pause. You get what I mean? I will also say, oh my God, Wayno, you too Harlem for this conversation. I'm taking this one straight from our little chat right here, and I'm just taking it from Roger, man. Roger, you're right on this one. Ty Dolla, man. Ty Dolla be, yo, you be hearing him on these features, he be killing. And by the way, his original stuff is good too, but like it always seems like he's on a hit when it's not his music.
I got another one. Our good friend Jeremih. I feel like Jeremih is like that as well. Yeah, Jeremih.
Nah, don't say about my nigga. That nigga had birthday sex, bro.
Yeah,
he made birthday sex.
Yeah, he did. But Jeremih hooks be hitting different on other people's shit, man. I don't know why, but Jeremih should be a way bigger star than he is. And Jeremih is super talented.
Wait, didn't he give 50 Cent one? Him and 50 had some.
He gave a lot of people joints, man. Don't tell him. Remember who's the? But that's Jeremih. Don't tell him. That's his song though. I think Don't Tell Him it's his song.
What is it?
Yeah, it's Don't Tell Him his song.
Salute to Jeremih. He's out of the hospital. That's my guy.
Yeah, those are good picks. Yo, shout out to Ty Dolla $ign. He did drop an album called featuring Ty Dolla $ign. He's in on this too. All right. Versus coming up on Saturday. That is December 12th, I believe. R&B versus Ashanti versus Keyshia Cole. Wayno, who do you got?
Keyshia Cole, man. I got Keyshia Cole. I said 18-2 before. I got it 17-3. I got it 17-3. Man, I'm just keeping it 100, man. Keyshia Cole. It's hard to get past her first album, man. You get past that first album, you got a lot to deal with. Similar to the same shit with Jeezy and Gucci, man. Like, you know, Gucci came there on different timing. Jeezy came there trying to win the verses. But when you start listening to them records, you take out all the other bullshit. I got Keyshia Cole over Ashanti.
I gotta come clean. I think this is a pretty close matchup, despite what you think about the artists. And Ashanti, trust me, I won't disrespect you this time around. I got my lesson when you came in the first time. I think Ashanti might win if she could perform some of the songs she wrote. And she wrote some songs for J-Lo. She can perform those songs, she wins. Okay? But if she can't, okay? I think she wrote, what song? Ain't It Funny? And I'm Real? Yo, come on.
I didn't know that.
Listen, didn't somebody did that. Somebody did that in the verses. Like, they wrote a song and they fucking...
producers doing that, I think. Like, Sean Garrett and them and Dream and them was doing that shit, which they are writers before they're artists. But that's...
She a writer?
No, she's an artist before she's a writer.
Oh my God! You see Wayno with his little you see you can't argue with a nigga like Wayno. He changes the rules.
How I change the rules? I've been going like that the whole pandemic. What are you talking about?
Nah,
I'm just saying. Well, I that's my if. However, I feel like the 17-3 is a little bit disrespectful, my brother. Ashanti is a pull-upper. She will pull up, and I know the show. We only got a couple episodes.
She gonna pull up at the office. We won't be there.
She might have to see you about this. I'm just saying, yo, like Ashanti I'm looking at the lineup right here. Rain on Me, Baby, Foolish, Always on Time, Down for You, Mesmerize, What's Love, Rock with You, So Into You, The Jordan Fab, Only You, Southside, Body on Me. Come on, man. 3?
3. I give it 3.
3?
I just know that. Listen. When Keyshia Cole does Love, man, when she does Love, that's gonna call a match.
That's one song, dog.
Yeah, man, it's one of the biggest songs, man. What are you talking about?
All right. But that's like Meek Mill's intro. Okay, you got that one round. What about these other?
It's hard to go against the intro. It's hard.
What about these other rounds? We about to kick up on you. What's up? What you about to do?
It's gonna be lit.
Viewers.
And also, I do think the tempo is a little bit different. Like Keyshia gonna have you crying, Ashanti gonna have you dancing. Like what we doing?
Yeah, it's different R&B vibes. That's what I'm curious to see how that works out.
You 2-stepping with a Kleenex. What we doing, bro?
2-stepping with the Kleenex. All right, man. So check out Verzuz that's coming up this weekend. My guy Loki has a cheat sheet playlist on Apple Music if you want to check that out ahead of the battle. And I love it. After 2.5 years of arguing with Wayno, Akademiks has decided that Wayno is the type of guy he can't argue with. You gotta love it. Thank you, guys.
No, he changes the rules.
Oh, please, man. Oh, I'm looking at Keyshia Cole shit now too. Oh man, yeah, all right, we gonna see.
You're still 17-3.
Yeah, I'm still
disrespectful.
That's crazy. All right.
Before we go, I just want to, send some prayers for, even though I don't think he liked me, but still, Zoe Dollars. Apparently, he was shot this morning.
You serious?
While walking into a strip club. Yeah. They're saying he's in stable condition, but they're saying he was shot multiple times. My prayers go out to him.
Damn, that's my. I fuck with Zoe. That's my homie, man. For real, I didn't know that. Hey, my prayers.
What is going on?
Man, we guys, stay in the crib, man. Stay in the crib.
Actually, yeah, we didn't get to that. Outside. That's games advice to everybody. Stay home. Stay home right now.
So wait after y'all done clown me for staying home. That's y'all advice. Okay.
We talking about a different time though. Like we talking about staying home at a different time. Like we just talk about whatever academics. Whatever.
All right, man. Thank you guys for watching Everyday Struggle. Check out Verzuz. Hope you have a great weekend. We'll see you here next week for our very last week of the show. Peace.